Our next story is about an explosive description that's been made by a U.S. fighter jet pilot, one which has already sent shockwaves far and wide and could turn out to be a major trump card for Iran. A secret that could perhaps reveal a shocking advance in Iranian drone capabilities. According to a CNN report, a U.S. fighter jet pilot rescued after being shot down over Iran in April described a shocking sight before ejecting from his aircraft. According to that report, the pilot described seeing multiple Iranian drones hovering in the air, moving as one in a formation that resembled a jellyfish. The report says the account was shared by the pilot with intelligence officials during a debriefing after the incident. The report adds what one of the sources familiar with the pilot's witness account told CNN, quoting, multiple drones interconnected and moving as one with smaller drones below the bigger drones like legs, quote unquote. The report also saying another source told CNN the pilot described witnessing a minefield of drones in the air. According to the report, the technical term for the capability described by the pilot is one-to-many meshed networking. Adding that in general, mesh networking allows an operator to command several drones at a time. Remember, the downing of the F-15 fighter jet was unprecedented. It was then the first time that a U.S. aircraft was shot down over Iran during the conflict. And that in itself carried major implications. And what has emerged now is extremely significant for a number of highly crucial reasons. First things first, this has already triggered a huge row in the United States. According to the CNN report, it has caused a firestorm of debate within the U.S. intelligence community. The report saying U.S. intelligence officials disagreed on how to interpret what the F-15 pilot described and whether the pilot could recount the incident clearly. That's what the report says. All this is especially significant because the maneuver, as described, could mean a huge leap in Iran's ability to use drones. The report also saying while the exact cause of the F-15 downing is still being investigated, initial reports indicated that it was possible the drone formation had in some way enabled Iran to shoot down the American jet. And all of this, remember, coming on top of how Iran's drone capabilities have already been making their presence felt in more ways than one and reshaping how wars are conducted in the skies. Remember, the country has spent years manufacturing and supplying unmanned drones to its allies and has been deploying them at scale itself. In fact, cheap drones have been reshaping the war in the sky. One Shahid drone costing between $20,000 and $50,000, according to estimates by the Center for Strategic and International Studies. For example, according to a Reuters report earlier, in just the first week of that conflict, Iran launched more than 1,000 drones, and it is estimated to have the capacity to produce around 10,000 per month. For comparison, Reuters also calculated how many drones could be manufactured with the funds used for just one Patriot interceptor. The cost of one Patriot interceptor, about $4 million reportedly, could supply 115 one-way drones, which cost about $35,000 each. And zooming out, there's also the aspect of the kind of impact the war has had for America's interceptor arsenal. According to a CSIS report, annual production rates indicating that interceptors will be hard to come by when the U.S. allies seek to replenish stockpiles. The enormous cost of the war has already been a major source of debate. Remember, at this point, the U.S. and Iran are negotiating a deal that would end the war, the focus remaining on multiple crucial aspects, including Iran's nuclear program. At the same time, what is the sentiment looking like on the ground in the U.S. and Iran? Well, it's bad news for both Trump and Netanyahu. For Netanyahu, in fact, things continue to look grim. According to the results of a Jewish People Policy Institute survey, majority of Israelis view the agreement between the US and Iran negatively and feel that the war's objectives were not fully achieved, while 55% of Israelis expressed concern about the emerging agreement. Only 23% viewed it as beneficial for Israel. Meanwhile, few in America say the Iran war was worth it. A Reuters Ipsos poll finding just 1 in 4 Americans believes President Trump's war with Iran was worth its costs. And a majority worry that a truce with Iran is unlikely to last. That tells you a lot about the sentiment on the ground. And the poll also showing the war weighing heavily on Trump's popularity, with his approval rating dropping to 34%. A return to the lowest level of the second term that was last touched in an April survey, just for context. So that's yet another setback for Donald Trump and Netanyahu on the ground. And on the battlefield, while Iran's inexpensive drones have already been a headache for America, questions about Iran's drone program coming at a time like this and the possibility that its capabilities have seen a major leap are bound to haunt the United States. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.